The first get-together with Michael was last year in Hockenheim when I was driving the Ginetta from my old team. I saw that he's a very fast guy in historic racing, also in modern racing. So I'm looking forward for the weekend. It's great to have him with us. Also his two mechanics who are very experienced in this setup and so on. He came here to the Nürburgring to support us because Michael Herrig is in vacation. We make it the other way around. Completely, the whole day was mechanic job. Only a few driving skill or driving jobs. But I think it was a good progress in our development here. The Nürburgring is well known in the whole world, the Nordschleife, but we are driving now the short circuit of the Grand Prix circuit. So it's a good combination of fast and slow corners. Less straights, what helps us with the Ginetta a little bit, but we are on a good way.
Obviously with this year, as well as my activities with Fritz and the GEBHARDT Germany side, I've also been involved with the UK programme, which has been nice. We actually had an event a couple of weeks ago in Nottingham, which was nice to go and meet the people and everything. It was a really nice day. And that sort of brought me back into the fold really, and it's been nice to have the support of GEBHARDT UK, and I think it's a little bit of that sort of programme has joined together here, which has worked out pretty nice to end up back at the Nürburgring. It's been a little while. It was nice to be out with the historic side earlier in the year in Hockenheim. We had quite a good run with the C91, and to be invited back to the modern era with the LMP3 cars, yeah, it's good. It's nice to be back in the programme for my annual visit. There's a lot of similarities. I mean, you've got like looking at where the C91 was for its time, it was quite well ahead, I think, with the carbon tub, good downforce and everything, which is quite a similar feeling to what you get with the LMP3. Obviously with the technology moving forward, you've got the luxuries of things like paddle shift and a little bit of TC, not that we use much of it, but generally a bit of a development on that side. Power's a little bit less, so they're more comparable than you'd think from the outside. It's quite cool, they've both got the same Momo livery as well. That makes me feel quite at home, so yeah, it's a good progression. I'm enjoying the challenge this weekend. I've got quite a good affinity with the Nürburgring actually. It was the first place I ever drove a Formula One car at the tender age of 16, which unfortunately was a long time ago now. But since then I've raced here, I think most seasons I've had the chance to get back to the Nürburgring, and obviously I was lucky enough to be part of the programme with Conrad and GEBHARDT amalgamation there on the Nürburgring 24 hours in that factory assisted programme. That was really quite something, and yeah, sitting here on the edge of the GP circuit looking over at the Nordschleife, it brings back good memories. I miss driving around that track. It's definitely one of the best circuits in the world.
Yeah, we've been to Nürburgring for the last 2 seasons of Prototype Cups, so I already know the track. I've been racing here since 2018, since I was allowed to drive the Nürburgring Nordschleife. Did a lot of racing here with a Cup Porsche and all the cars from NLS, VLN, and also the 24-hour race, which I won two years in a row in the class. Last weekend I had to drive the Sunday race number 3 by myself as a solo starter. It was quite tough because of the temperatures. It was super hot at Hockenheim, but still had a lot of fun there. Maxim's back this weekend and I'm happy about it. He's doing good here at Nürburgring. I think it's also his first time being here, so let's do this.
I've heard a lot of stories about the Nürburgring, especially the Nordschleife, so I'm happy we're not driving there. I should have done a bit more laps on the sim to get to know that track, but no, it's a really cool track. It's really fast. It's pretty difficult in my opinion. I mean, I didn't get too many laps in yet because we had a bit of issues with the car, but I think I'm pretty confident to get on to the racing, and I hope we can do a good job this weekend. I was really disappointed I couldn't drive on Sunday afternoon in Hockenheim because the doctors didn't allow me to drive. I was eager to drive, but they didn't let me. But the team did a great job of repairing the car in time for Jacob to do the last race, which he did very well. We had a bit of bad luck with the car not starting in the pit stop, but Jacob did a really good job, and I'm really happy for him and for the team. Hockenheim was really a really tight schedule because we had Nürburgring the week after, so I had to get all my suits cleaned for the next weekend, which was not problematic, but it had to be done in a hurry. And then I had some time on the simulator on Monday evening and Tuesday. I also did a bit of schoolwork. I really prepared for the race this weekend. And then on Wednesday morning I left to go to Nürburgring, and now we're here.
Nürburgring is one of my favorite tracks. I've raced here many times. On the Nordschleife I did just one race, but on the Grand Prix track, short version, I did many races, like nearly every year, and I also had quite a lot of success on this racetrack. So yeah, finally we are back. This time we have 12 cars, and we also have the Schumacher family. It will be much more competitive. It's also better for the fans. It's also better for the drivers, and yes, the quality is good of the field. Now we are on P3 in the championship. Hockenheim was quite tough for us. That was our home race. We had a very good pace, but unfortunately we had a technical issue with the fuel system. So yes, we missed a lot of points, but our competitors, they also made some mistakes. Now it's literally the same, just a Mücke car closed the gap, and there are still 2 races here this weekend, and later we have 2 races on Sachsenring. I think there are it's just 100 points, so we are probably 25 points back, so we can still win the championship, and we do everything to get it.
First experience for me on the Nordschleife was really fun. As everyone knows, the green hell is something different, and it's like that. It's completely different. I drove in a BMW 330i, which is way slower car compared to the LMP3, but it was still really fun to drive. It was the NLS, so it's the Nürburgring Endurance Championship. Usually it was a 6 hours race, but we had a red flag, so it got shortened to 4 hours. But still, it was a quite big endurance race with a lot of visitors as well. To get to know the Nordschleife was a cool experience, but I had some track time on the GP circuit as well. With a different car, yes, but still, it's something, I would say. It's better than to sit at home, I would say. So I think it was a slight advantage, but not the biggest one, but it was something, I would say. It's just a different world. You can't compare it to the LMP3 and the driving style and everything. It was a really nice experience and to get used to it. So I really want to do it in the future as well. I mean, it's cool to drive that much, so I'm still in the rhythm, so that's an advantage for me. But yeah, last week it was cool, Hockenheim, with all the visitors, all the fans. There was a lot happening, I would say, and the results were good as well. We had one unlucky race where we couldn't start, but the pace in general was good. I could finish P2 in my qualifying. We ended up on the podium in the 2 other races, so it was good for us, and with that motivation we went in this racing weekend, and I think it actually helped us. And yeah, for sure, I mean, I love driving, so it's good for me to drive more.